Troll Axer. A Troll Axer is a monster of corded muscle capable of cleaving through a wall of men with a single blow of its massive axe. It is not unknown for one of these trolls to savor the taste of enemy's arm or leg in the midst of battle, even as the horrified victim bleeds out on the ground. Trolls are carnivorous humanoids that tower over the mightiest Trollkin. They are smarter than most people realize and have simple language that allows them to work effectively in groups. The cooperative arrangement between full-blood trolls and Trollkin dates back to just after the time of Mulgar, when the Trollkin made pacts with the trolls in an effort to harness their barely controlled destructive urges. In today's difficult times, chiefs and shamans throughout the Scarfell, the Gnarls, and the Thornwood rely heavily upon the old agreements to buttress their war efforts. Though wild trolls can fashion crude improvised weapons from a variety of materials, these trained to serve the Trollkin as axers are armed with a hefty oversized iron axe of tremendous destructive potential. The many Trollkin leaders who call upon Troll Axers to bolster their battle lines have found that the presence of just a few Axers can make all the difference to a Trollkin army, as these hulking brutes are surprisingly effective at sowing panic and scattering enemy formations. And yes, a Trollkin that stands a grand total of 9 feet tall with an axe about the same size, they destroy most units pretty effectively. And I would say for the what's considered a light war beast in this regard, they actually have the highest punch I have seen for any of the light war beasts in the Trollkin arsenal. So yeah, very dangerous, and their ability to just, thresher through people like they're just cutting down grain is very impressive and very useful for the trolls and very terrifying for their enemies. So, but let's check out their Mark 3 to Mark 4 changes and see what they got. And as always, let's start with their stat line. So it appears they are a speed of 5, a mat of 7, so that's actually a little bit better than Mark 3. So their mat's gone up 1. Their defense is 12. The armor is still 17. There's still a Fury 3, Threshold 8 Warbeast. Looks like they have Headbutt and Trample. So that's always a very useful thing. Their abilities, they still have Regeneration because they still are a Warbeast of the Trollkin. So this guy can be forced to remove D3 damage points from itself. So that's a very, very great. Their weapon is still a great axe with the new mat 7, so they're going to hit a lot better. Still a range of 2, and still a power 14. They still have the Thresher special attack on them. So this model makes 1 melee attack against every model in its line of sight, and with the new Mark 4, every model in its line of sight, it's a 360 degrees, so this guy can, walk into an entire unit and hit everything around it. Now, if you have guys in that little radius that he's going to be swinging, he hits everybody in there, so look out for that. You want to have this guy way forward from your own units, or else he's going to accidentally, crush them. So look out for that. His animus includes, Rush. So target-friendly faction warbeast gains +2 speed and gains Pathfinder. And what I love about this animus is it's a cost 2 animus, so he can even cast it himself, but it's target-friendly faction warbeast. So this is a targeted spell, so he could cast this on other warbeasts and stuff, or your warcaster or your warlock could cast this on other people in his unit as well, which those always create a way more interesting game rather than just an ability that he can gain himself or your warlock can gain. So yeah, very, very useful. And I've been seeing a lot of that with the Trollkin in the recent reviews of their archived footage. So fantastic. But that is the Troll Axer, a very dangerous, and as I mentioned before, one of the heaviest hitters for the light warbeast of the Trollkin. So always look out for these guys. And if you are a Trollkin warlock looking to, field a couple of these guys, your money is well spent on these guys. So, but let's move on.